Hey, sister, what's going on?
Hey, sister. Just do a little dance party. A little
Oh,
celebratory dance party.
ooh, what are we celebrating?
Girl, not only did I get my laundry done, I got it washed, dried, folded, and put away all in the same day. So, I'll just celebrate that a little bit,
Oh, yeah, you gotta celebrate the small wins. Yeah. Air high five, long distance high five.
Long distance high five. Celebrate the small wins, man.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about celebrating the small wins and the big wins in this next episode.
All right, hello and welcome to Adulthood is a Project, the show where two sisters discuss the lessons learned and growth earned through the realities of life. I'm Charlie, and this is my sister Casey, and we are your hosts.
In today's episode, we will discuss celebrating the wins. We're also going to discuss the ins and outs of why we should and what makes it hard at times. So let's go ahead and get started.
Let's do it. Hey, yo.
Oh, man. All right. Quiz time.
Quiz time. Oh, boy. Oh, and I didn't write I was one. Forgot to keep our score, you guys. I'm sorry, listeners. I'm going to get it figured out, though, before our next episode. I'll get the scorecard back up.
Okay.
You
don't want to mess that
We're going to see how I do today.
Oh, man. All right. You ready for this?
We will see.
Right.
Let me get my winning my winning buttons ready to go, guys. Let's do this.
You should get your loser button ready to go too. That one of like the whipping.
I don't even have one of those. There should be a whipping. I don't think there's a that's a yelling one. I should use that for the losses. Okay. I'll see if I can remember that. Okay.
First question. What feel-good chemical does your brain release when you experience a win?
I'm gonna pause because I know the answer. It's serotonin.
No.
What?
It's dopamine.
What is it? Oh, dang it. Okay, dopamine. There's a big 0 on mine.
That's a 0.
It is.
I thought you were going to have that one too. I was like, oh, she'll know this.
And then I didn't even give it another thought. I immediately was like, serotonin. I don't even know what that one does now. Now I'm confused. Uh-oh.
Look that up later.
Yeah.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Finish this phrase. Winner, winner.
Chicken dinner.
Okay. Now, I threw in a bonus point for you here. Bonus point if you can tell me where that phrase comes from.
I knew where winner, chicken dinner. Oh, a KFC commercial?
No bonus point for you.
Oh. I could have counteracted that first question. Where'd it come from?
Okay, so it's a little debated about where it comes from. One is, it says that there's a casino in Vegas where back in the day you could get a chicken dinner for $2 or you could make a bet for $2. And so you would winner, or you could be a chicken dinner.
Oh, that's funny.
And then the
I'm for
other
$2 chicken
place,
dinner.
yeah, the other place that it could have came from is from back whenever like prohibition was in force and there was like no gambling allowed. They were out there just gambling whatever they could, and so they gamble
Oh,
a chicken dinner.
yeah. Well, okay then. Clearly, not a KFC commercial.
All right,
Okay.
all right. You're not doing great. You're not doing great here.
I mean, I'm 1 for 2. I'm not doing horrible. The
Okay,
bonus
good.
didn't count.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Now, in 2024, the movie The Luckiest Man in America came out. Now, this movie, it was about a guy, he had memorized a pattern, and he went on a game show to win $110,000. So, what was the game show?
Uh, pattern. Um, Man, The Price is Right.
No.
Ah, okay.
Press your luck.
Oh, I don't even think I've heard of that game show.
Yeah. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Slightly sounds familiar, but not much. You know what? Though that sounds like a good movie.
I know, right? I haven't seen it.
What was it called? Luckiest Man in America?
The Luckiest Man in America. Yeah.
Okay, I might have to watch that. Whammy. No whammies. Okay. Like, I'm not doing good on the quiz tonight. Today. Whatever.
I know. All right. What is considered the Oscar of the podcasting world, celebrating the best in audio excellence? You're gonna need to know this because when we win
What is
it, you're gonna want to know.
the Golden Globes?
No.
What? I don't even know names of Oscars. I thought it was just the Oscar.
Well, no, it's like so it's considered the Oscars. Like it's considered like the Oscars of podcasting. These
Oh God.
awards.
Oh, I should know this and I don't.
All right. It's
What is it?
the Ambi Award.
AMBI?
E. AMBIE. Ambi.
Oh. Well, shit. Yeah, since we're going to be winning that one of these days, I should know that. Dang it, man. I am.
All right. Well.
Ambi Awards. Okay.
Okay. Last one. You ready?
I don't know at this point.
I'm getting you back for last week.
I don't think I can salvage this.
I'm getting you back for last week when you made me lose.
That is totally fair. I deserve it.
All right.
Okay.
Now, all horses in this year's Kentucky Derby, they are all descendants of one famous horse. Who is the horse they're all related to? I'm going to give you a hint. There was a movie about it.
Oh, shoot. There was. I I don't remember.
Secretariat.
Oh, I wouldn't have. When you first said the horse, I was going to say the only horse name I know is Mr. Ed. And then you said movie. I'm like, oh, I kind of remember that, but I don't remember the name of the movie because it wasn't something I watched. Oh, okay. I did that. Definitely, that is a big fat 0 for me. I got one question right this week. Can you believe that?
One.
One. I know. No, nope. Horrible. I gotta work on. I'm gonna have to. Maybe my brain's just a little foggy today. I'll just go with that. Okay. Okay. Not fog brain. mm, those were good though. Okay. Well, they were good because they stumped me, I guess.
Well, I really thought that first one you were
So,
going to
good.
have.
What'd you say?
I really thought that first question you were going to get it.
I know. I got too excited and could only think of the one word of serotonin instead of dopamine. Dang it.
No
This wasn't my
dopamine
week to be a
for you.
winner, I guess. No winner chicken dinner for me either.
Get that
Oh
chicken.
man. So celebrating the wins. That is I think this is going to be a fun topic, right? Because it is something that has come up for me a few times in the past few months even, just of how much people don't celebrate the wins.
And so when we talk about like celebrating the wins, we're just kind of talking about, I mean, whenever you talk about like with life, like there's big wins and there's even small wins, man. Like, I mean, honest to God, sometimes
Absolutely.
just getting my dishes done is a win for me, you know?
Yes.
So,
Agreed. The pile of laundry, that's a win sometimes. Like it is like remembering some of that stuff is a win, and taking
yeah.
the time to just celebrate it sometimes. Cause I think, probably one of the most common things that I do think happens is once you've been trying to go for a goal, right? And you get that goal and you're like, heck yeah, I did it. And then immediately it's like, okay, well, what's next?
Yes.
Instead of really living in that time and enjoying that space, which kind of, I guess, tied a little to our episode a few weeks ago about living in the moment, right? Like it's really giving yourself that time to celebrate that win instead of immediately being like, oh, I got to move on to the next thing now. Like, what's next? What's the next big thing I got to get to? So
Right.
I think it's important to celebrate the wins, even if it is doing dishes some weeks, right?
Yeah. I think I definitely agree with that where, it's just and sometimes I think sometimes like when you hit those like big goals and you're just like, wow, I didn't even know. I'm trying to think of like a real life. It feels like it's
Like,
just like a, okay, now that moment's over. Like, now what? Right?
right. Like, yeah, like the what's next.
Yeah.
Kind of, is that what you're thinking of? Like the whole,
No, I was kind of thinking about, okay, like take yourself back to like your wedding day, right? You have
I
this big,
prefer not to.
well, take yourself back to that. Take yourself back to that day of divorce.
Yeah.
The paper's signed, and all is good. And then you're just like, it's almost like it's like you were building yourself up in anticipation for this moment, and then after it's over, or like after it's happened, you're just like, oh, well, that was that it?
Like you almost got too, like you thought the feeling was going to last longer, maybe.
Yeah. Or you just thought it was gonna
Maybe.
be,
And then you're like, I mean, I think I get that because it, like I said, like something like that would happen. And then you're like, oh, I thought I was going to feel different when this happened. Or I
right.
thought I'd feel a certain way or it'd like last longer or something. And it's just kind of done. And you're like, oh. And I think because at that point, right, something, now you got me thinking about divorce, but like, it took up so much time leading up to it.
Right.
Or, even the wedding, I guess, like took time leading up to it, the preparation, so that when it's over, you're like, oh, that was, okay, well, I guess we're done now.
Right.
And so now I almost feel like we're advocating for not celebrating the wins
Well,
because it goes so fast.
no, I'm saying like it's just I'm not saying advocating for it, not celebrating it. I'm just saying like sometimes it's hard to celebrate it because you're just like, oh, I mean, I'm okay, or I'll even take myself back to like when I graduated college. That took a whole lot of time, a whole lot of effort, and especially like there at the end, I was in the middle of like a shitstorm, right? And
Right.
so pushing through and I get the diploma, and it's not that I didn't celebrate, but I remember just being like, huh, okay, so that was it. Like all that work, all that effort, and I'm good. Like I guess that's it. Like I don't know. I don't know. Like I won't say we didn't celebrate. Like we went out to eat and whatever, but it wasn't. I don't know. I guess like I just didn't have that big feeling of accomplishment or whatever, if that makes sense.
Like you weren't excited about what you had just accomplished?
I mean, I guess I just didn't have that big excitement that I thought I was going to have.
Okay, so I hear you to a point. Like, I think that happens. Like, we maybe gear ourselves up to think that it's going to be a different feeling than it is. I really feel like we've gone off topic here. Maybe I'm just confused right now or something's not clicking with me.
Oh. I'm just talking about why sometimes it's hard to celebrate is just because like for me in that instance, I just didn't have like that big huge excited feeling that I thought I was going to have. And so I think maybe I just wasn't living in that and I wasn't celebrating it because I just wasn't having what I thought I was going to have in it. You know what I mean?
Because your
So,
feelings that you thought you were going to have weren't there?
yeah.
Oh.
So I think it's just one of those things. What I'm trying to say is, whenever you're had that big accomplishment or whatever, number
Mm-hmm.
one, like maybe don't psych yourself up so much. But also number two, I mean, I guess sit in whatever feelings you're having, but don't. I guess don't let like the disappointment from those feelings lead you to not do something for it. You know what I mean?
Oh, so like yeah, okay. So when you're realizing like, oh, I thought I was going to feel so much different with this, now I don't. And then you just don't even, at that point, you just, I don't want to say stop celebrating immediately, but you kind of just pull back from actually celebrating what you just accomplished
Right.
because you're not feeling what you thought you were supposed to be.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I think that you had a good point of maybe don't, it's like, I don't want to say don't psych yourself up for stuff because you should totally psych yourself up for stuff, right? Like, what else is life but to get excited about things?
True.
It's just maybe don't always assume you're going to know your feelings in it so that when the moment does happen, when we're up on stage winning that Ambi, we just got to be in that moment and we can't just assume what the feelings are going to be because then maybe we wouldn't celebrate it as much.
Yeah.
Like instead of just assuming you know what your feelings are going to feel, I guess is maybe what I'm thinking. Like instead of assuming, like shit. I mean, honestly, you mentioned the divorce thing. I was not celebrating. I was just crying. I thought I would have been celebrating a lot more, to be honest with you. So then when I was crying, I'm like, oh crap, that's not what I wanted to feel today. So then I definitely took some time before I actually felt like I celebrated it.
And now you can't stop celebrating it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, at least once a week, I'm like, oh, I'm thankful I'm single. But yeah, I think that is an interesting point that you're making though, is how much we like build it up in our heads of what's going to happen or what we're going to feel or how
Yeah.
that's going to look. So then when it does get there, it does happen, and it's not the same as we had built up, then we're like, oh, okay. I was kind of goes with this a little bit, but I honestly didn't watch the whole thing. But I ran across this reel today of some kid like giving his valid Victorian speech or something,
Uh-huh.
and I'll be honest, about a minute and a half in, I was like, oh, I'm bored. Like, okay, I don't want to listen to this. So I switch off. But he was talking about how much stuff he had given up throughout the year of spending time with his friends because he wanted that spot so bad.
Oh
And
yeah.
he got it, and he's up there. He's like, and here I am giving you my speech, but I really kind of gave up a lot to get here. I don't know where he was going with that because, again, I scrolled right back past the video, but I think that was interesting because it made me think of it when you were talking about the graduation for yourself. And you're like, I didn't celebrate it like I probably should have because I wasn't feeling the way I thought I was going to feel. And I think he was kind of saying that too, possibly, or it seemed like that might be where he was going with his thing is didn't feel the way I thought it was going to feel. And now, what did I do? Like,
Right.
how much did I give up and was it worth it?
Right.
But,
And I
in
think
saying
that
that, like,
I was just gonna say is
go
like
ahead.
I think with things like that is like it obviously like graduating college, big goal, right? Big accomplishment. I'm not
Yeah.
sad that I did it at all, but there are things that I gave up during going to school, right? I I spent a lot of time doing schoolwork instead of hanging out with my kids or whatever.
Right.
And you can't get that time back no matter what, but also I know at that point like I'm showing my kids, right? Like you can go to school whenever. It doesn't matter. Even if you don't have life figured out right now, you might get life figured out later. You might want to go to school later, and you can do that. So I don't feel like I was necessarily giving up, you know, being a good example or whatever, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, some of those big goals, you got to give things up in order to reach them.
Right.
And
But then instead of looking at it like, oh, I gave all this up, like, I mean, I really do think you should look at more things as the win that they are instead of
oh,
being like, oh, look what all I gave up to get this diploma. Was it worth it or something? I don't know. I just think it's interesting because, going into this episode, I really thought we are just going to be like, yeah, live in the moment and yeah, celebrate every win. And we're not. And I'm finding this interesting. And I'm like, it's, and the reason I was thinking that is because I'm more like the time or the effort you put into doing that, whatever that might be, whether it was the college thing or, well, I don't have that for me, but whatever, like something you were really pushed to, a big goal you were trying to get done. For me, like there are projects around the house, like the minute it was done, I was like, okay, that feels good. What project am I starting next?
oh yeah,
Instead of taking the time to live in it, right, and enjoy it. So I was thinking that like your schooling, instead of finishing something like that, I don't look back and be like, oh, that was a total waste of my time. Or I
right.
try not to do it that way.
Yeah, and I don't, by all means, I don't think it was a waste of my time at all. Like that, it was a big goal, and is it? But I'm just, I guess I was just more or less saying like sometimes that's why it's hard sometimes to celebrate those wins. We were just kind of talking about, maybe not,
Yeah,
how sometimes we don't celebrate ourselves enough.
right. And that's but I do find that interesting because, like you said, then the feeling maybe isn't what you thought it was going to be when the task gets accomplished.
Right, right,
Yeah. And like I said, I know from mine, a lot of it is I'll be almost not immediately, but pretty quickly looking at, okay, well, what am I going to take on next?
what's the
Instead of
next?
just sitting back and be like, oh, yeah, I did that. Like that was good. I'm going to celebrate that I did this huge thing and I accomplished it. I think too, like we're just kind of geared, as a society to just be like, okay, well that's cool. What are you doing next? What are you doing next? What are you doing next?
Right. Keep pushing.
Yeah. So then if you're sitting there actually trying to celebrate that win you just had,
Right.
it's almost like, well, no, I mean that's cool, celebrate it, that's good, but what are you gonna do now? Like I can only assume when you got the graduation thing, it was more like, okay, well, where's your job at then? What job are you gonna look for? Where are you gonna apply to? What are you gonna do with this degree? Instead of just being like, dude, that's awesome, like you got this, right?
Right. Right. It is like that because you're
And
just
I
like,
think,
okay, that now what am I doing with this thing that I worked to get?
yeah,
Who knows?
in those divorce papers, I was like, now what do I do with these? Like, oh, you're gonna start dating? Hell no, no.
Like I post that right up on my dating profile with my
Yeah.
recommendation letter.
With my recommend, yes, I was just gonna say with the recommendation letter, of course.
Oh, the other thing I was going to talk about with
Because what's a
wins,
dating profile without one?
yeah, with wins also, one thing I was going to talk about, sometimes as society, like the thing that you see as a win, maybe other people don't see as a win, right? So, say for example, right now, um, my contract did not get renewed for next year for teaching. And I'll be honest, winner, winner.
I'm celebrating the win.
But society tells me it's not a win.
Right.
So as much as I'm over here like, oh hell yeah, I'm not going back to that toxic work environment.
That's gotta be like that toxic work environment. Like, yeah, dude, absolutely. And you're right though, because most people, you and I were actually chatting about this on the phone, the other day about that, about how it's, instead of people like, what are you gonna do next? Oh my gosh, where are you gonna go do this? And you're like, this is a win for me actually, but
Right.
normal society does not view it that way, and so it's hard for them to celebrate with you possibly. And
Right.
I I had a little bit of a um win moment recently as well, and someone was just kind of like, "Oh," and I'm thinking this just made my entire day, and it was such an awesome feeling. And this other person is kind of like, "Oh, okay." And so then it made it hard, right, to celebrate the win because, like you said, to them it wasn't as big of a deal. Like they just, and that's fine. It doesn't have to be to them, but it was to me. So then I had to remind myself, like, that's on you. Like, Charlie, you make the choice to celebrate that for yourself, then, right?
Right. Right.
And I would say in a lot of this has been starting to, we talked about this, man, I don't even, honestly, I could not remember what episode it was in. But we were talking about, building in private kind of thing. When we were talking
Yes.
about we don't share all our stuff with everyone anymore. I'm starting to really feel that way, even about celebrating wins.
Interesting.
Of just doing them a lot more just in private by myself. Like I know what the win was. I know how I felt and just not necessarily sharing them with everyone. I don't know. Is that weird?
No, it's not.
Because like, and no one has to be as excited as I am about the thing, right? Like there's no rule that says anyone else has to be nearly as excited as I am about something. So it's almost as if, so say I do want to celebrate that win and you happen to share it with the wrong person, which you would never know is the wrong person. Like you don't think that, oh, they're not going to celebrate this with me. You're sharing it because you think they will. And they don't,
Yep.
then it almost makes you feel like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have been celebrating that so much. When in the truth, like deep in here, like I know that's something I should be celebrating. So it did get me thinking a little bit and about starting to maybe kind of celebrate my wins just to myself a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So then, like, yeah, so I'm like, I don't even want to take my my fun moment, right? Because to me, I'm like, celebrating those silly little things sometimes that seem so minuscule to someone else, like celebrating those, sometimes that's half the joy of life, is
Right.
having fun with that stuff.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm like, well, I don't want to take away from my joy just because someone else doesn't feel it. Right.
Uh-huh.
So
I
that's
get
kind
it.
of what I think it started coming down to. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of weird. It's weird. This is a new concept for me to be toying with. Don't worry though, sister. I share all my wins with you.
Yeah. I'm here for him, man.
Yeah. I feel like you get as excited as I do about most of the stuff. Most of the stuff. But I'm here to celebrate your wins. But I think we should all be celebrating them though, right?
Yes, and I think it's even, I mean, honestly though, like, and it's one of those things too where I have to remind myself about remembering the little things also. So it's not just about big giant goals, right? It's not just about those big giant, I got out of school, or, I got this major promotion at work, whatever. It's
Yeah.
also about the fact that, you know what, I had this goal for myself, and honestly the goal was, just something small where I'm just gonna say I got my house cleaned up and whatever. I mean, just a little something. And
Yeah.
you know what, it's okay to celebrate in that, and it doesn't have to mean, when you celebrate, it doesn't mean like you have to do something major. I like to, like, listen, when I get my house all nice and clean, just sitting down with like that fresh candle burning with the windows open and just
Oh yeah.
relaxing in it is such a
Yeah.
celebration for me.
Like actually just, and at that, I was going to say literally living in that moment, but you're literally just living in that cleanliness you just had. And you're actually just, oh, and yeah, I'm going to celebrate that that's all done. I can relax now. Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm definitely about celebrating all of them. Um, obviously, like you said, the bigger ones, you get people to celebrate with you and that feels good and it's nice. But sometimes those small ones are just, they're more personal to you. And so you're like, I'm going to celebrate the fact that my house just got cleaned. Or I will say for me, my celebration eventually, maybe tomorrow, will be celebrating that I completely got stuff put away from my trip. Who knows?
Yes.
Right? But that'll be a win that no one else probably gives two shits about besides me.
Right. But I think it's
Or
important.
even like when you,
I was just gonna say, I think it's really important to like celebrate even the little small things. And one of my, like something I do like to do, like whenever I'm celebrating, is just a small thing to myself, is just to go get like a pedicure or to go get a massage or something. Just a little treat, like just a special treat.
okay. I,
And that's a good way to celebrate by yourself. I'm just giving you a heads up, because you're saying I want to keep my celebrations to myself sometimes. Celebrate by yourself
yeah.
by getting a pedicure or something.
Yeah. No, I honestly thought, I thought you were going to go along with oh, I celebrate myself, like touching myself.
Okay, well that's a
I'm
win
like, I
every
do
night.
give, I'm like, I do give myself a little celebration. I'm like, you made it through the day. Guess what you get to do? Celebrate tonight. For real. You know what
Yes.
I actually do? I like to do some little dance parties sometimes,
Oh yeah,
or
you
just
do.
celebrate a little win. I do. I get that music rolling a little bit, get a little dance party going on, just to celebrate a little something. Gets my body moving and stuff. So I do. Even if it's the small little wins, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's important. So, um, I would say our lesson learned and growth earned on this is it's important to take the time and celebrate all the wins in your life, the big and the small. Because after all, they are a big part of what makes life worth living.
Yes. In our next episode, we are going to explore forgiveness. You're going to get our hot take on it. Thanks for listening. Until next time, you go out there and be your favorite self.
Yes. And if you are enjoying what you hear, be sure to leave us a review to help others find us. Make sure to like and subscribe on your favorite listening platform to catch all our future episodes.